We've made it to the holiday weekend and we have a very nice weekend on tap. Typically for our Memorial Day weekend, we tend to see cool, wet conditions, but this weekend we're going to see partly to mostly sunny skies and temps actually running just a little bit above average. So let me show you that forecast I'm expecting over the next 3 days. Today we're going to start the day off cloudy, but that will give way to partly to mostly sunny skies late morning into the afternoon hours. Highs are going to be in the mid to upper 60s and lower 70s around Puget Sound. And notice as we move into Sunday and Memorial Day Monday, we start to nudge those high temps up just a few degrees. Upper 70s or upper 60s and lower 70s, I should say, for your Sunday, and then many areas are in the lower 70s for your Memorial Day Monday, with a couple mid 70s sprinkled in. Again, expecting morning cloud cover to give way to partly to mostly sunny skies over the next couple of afternoons. We're going to see highs today in the 60s around areas of water, lower 70s as soon as you move inland. These are those forecast highs: 70 in Arlington, 70 in Linden, 67 is what I'm expecting in Bellingham. Just a touch cooler as you work your way closer to Port Townsend, Oak Harbor, Friday Harbor, staying in the low to mid 60s for highs. 64 for Port Angeles. Again, cloudy this morning, giving way to partly sunny skies by the afternoon. 71 in Seattle, which is 3 degrees above average. 72 on the east side of Bellevue. Hovering on either side of 70 for Everett this afternoon with that forecast high of 69. 69 in Tacoma, 70 in Lakewood and Lacey, 70 for Shelton, 72 in Belfair and Allen. Coastal beaches going to stay in the upper 50s for highs this afternoon, 58 for Long Beach and Ocean Shores, lower 60s as soon as you move just a little bit closer to the 101 highway, 73 in Vancouver, so just a touch warmer the closer you get to the Oregon border. 86 for the Tri-Cities, 82 Moses Lake. So the warmest temps by far are going to be to the east of the Cascade Crest, where central and eastern Washington, really the Columbia Basin, going to see those temps running a little bit above average this afternoon, with that potential for some isolated thunderstorms as we work our way into the afternoon hours. So we've had this weak area of low pressure that's been over central and eastern Washington, influencing not only the weather for those areas, but really over most of the inland Northwest, really over the past 4 days or so. And that area of low pressure helps to trigger some of those showers and storms each afternoon when we add in that daytime heating. And that is what we're expecting this afternoon, not only for central and eastern Washington, but some of those showers and storms will develop near the crest of the Cascades, possibly spilling over to the western foothills of the Cascades. And I'm also expecting some showers and storms to develop in the Olympics this afternoon. So if you're traveling to the mountains, you're going to go hiking, you're going to go off-roading, whatever you're doing, camping, if a storm approaches, you want to make sure that you move indoors into your RV or your vehicle. So again, if you see lightning, you hear thunder, just make sure that you move indoors as those storms approach. Let me go ahead and just track that out for you. Here's a look at future radar. We have that marine push around Puget Sound, a couple sprinkles for South Sound, the Kitsap Peninsula. That marine deck will start to retreat, burn off late morning into the early afternoon. We'll be left with partly to mostly sunny skies this afternoon, and then we start to get those showers and storms developing in the Cascades and over the Olympics this afternoon. 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, we really get that activity going. It will start to fizzle out though with that loss of daytime heating. So after dinner time, we start to see that activity diminish in coverage. We will be dry tomorrow morning, but we're going to see that marine push yet again for the Puget Sound lowlands. It will be a cloudy start to your Sunday, but eventually that will start to burn off and we'll be left with partly to mostly sunny skies by Sunday afternoon. And the coverage of showers and storms Sunday afternoon in the mountains will be drastically less than what we see today as we start to have a higher pressure system build in overhead, and that will again start to diminish those showers and storms. It's also going to start to boost those temps up as we work our way not only into Sunday, but for our Memorial Day Monday as well. I know a lot of folks are going to go out and get on the water. You necessarily might not want to get in the water because even though we're a little bit above average, we're not going to be as warm as what we saw Friday. Friday we hit 82 in Seattle. We hit 84 in Olympia, 88 Friday Harbor. So while temps are above average this weekend, it's not going to be unusually warm, but some folks may want to get in the water or at least get out on the water. And if you do, you want to make sure that you're wearing the life jacket, the kiddos, the pups, because the water temps are pretty cold still, so you want to keep that in mind. Here's a look at the water temperatures. Puget Sound always cool, low to mid 50s right now. Lake Washington, Lake Sammamish have started to warm up. Those surface waters in the shallow areas are now in the mid to upper 60s, but that's just the top layer of that water in shallow areas. It's a lot colder below the surface, and rivers with all that snow melt, they're running fast, they're running high, and the water temps are cold. And the higher you get up, you actually have some of those water temps in the 30s the closer you get to some of that original snow melt in the mountains. So just keep that in mind as we move forward through this holiday weekend and as we move forward over the coming days and the coming weeks, because we're expected to see these abnormally warm conditions stick around into the first week of June. So far in May, we're actually running the warmest that we've ever seen for the month of May on record. So this is the warmest May that we've ever seen around Western Washington, and I'm forecasting the temperatures to stay just a little bit above average going into the first week of June. This is that 6 to 10 day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, and those orange colors indicate a strong likelihood of temperatures running above average. Keep in mind the average high is 68, so this means it will likely be above that going from June 1 to June 5. Here's a look at what I'm expecting for that 6 to 10 day temperature forecast. So that first week of June, I'm not expecting it to be hot, but it's going to be warmer than average. Again, average high is 68. I'm forecasting lower 70s for the first couple of days of June, and then as we get towards June 3rd and 4th, I'm expecting those high temps for next weekend to be in the mid 70s. Again, not going to be hot, but it is going to be above where we should be this time of the year, so just keep that in mind. We really need to get some rain, so if you're lucky enough to get any drizzle out of that marine push over the next couple of mornings, or you're lucky enough to get under a shower or storm that may drift down from the mountains, count yourself lucky, because we're about 6 inches below average in Seattle for 2023. And as we continue to move throughout May into June, July, August, September, we're actually one of the driest parts of the entire country that time of the year. So we want to make sure we try to get as much rain as possible before we move into the hot, dry wildfire season. But unfortunately, right now, not looking like any widespread wetting rain in the forecast over the next 7 days. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. You can see while there is a chance for a couple sprinkles, isolated storms in the higher terrain, not expecting any good rain chances over the next 7 days. We're going to see a lot of partly to mostly sunny skies with those high temps, again, running just a little bit above average.